Hey guys, how's it going? Testing. Just give me a second here, just getting set up. All right, cool. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're just doing just a little bit of editing live stream today. Just going to show you kind of the behind the scenes, how we do things here. Hey guys. Hello guys. My name is Joshua Baker. I'm the producer here on the Top 5 show, and I also do the post-production. In the chat, we also have Chris Kane. Hey Chris. Chris Kane narrates our videos. Thank you for joining us, Chris. So yeah, I figured I'd just do a little fun editing live stream and just show you guys how we do the editing. Looks like we have quite a few people in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Awesome. Got 30 people in here. So I'll just get right into it. Hey Kai, how you doing? Hey Philip Pento. Hey St. Jude. Hope you guys are all doing well. All right, cool. So today's video was on the, we just posted it actually. I'm just gonna post the link to the stream on the community page. Hopefully that gets posted. Yeah, today's video was on the 15 strange discoveries in the Arctic Circle. And I'm just gonna show you guys how we did the post-production. Hopefully the stream is appearing okay for you guys. Awesome.
Starting with number 50.
All right. So my editors have already done most of the work. Basically what I do is I just do post-production, which is music integration. We do EQ on the audio files. We do some kind of just post-production editing just to get everything set. So right here we have the video track. We have the voiceover track, sound effect files, and then SFX here. Okay.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre.
So right now the sound effects are just a little too loud, so I'm just going to turn this down a little bit.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences.
I'm also going to reduce the pitch of the SFX. It's kind of a cool little sound effects we have on the transitions, but we don't want it to be too loud, so I'm kind of just going to reduce the volume a little bit. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Oh, there's quite a few people in here now. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, hey Melanie, if you're just joining us, we're just doing a live stream today. We're going to show you guys how we edit the videos, how we do the post-production. Should be fun. My name is Joshua Baker. I'm the producer of the Top 5 show. In the chat, we also have Chris Kane, who narrates the videos. Hey, how you doing, Maris? 415. All right, let's get into it here. Yeah, we're going to do another live stream next week. We're going to do kind of a video game stream with Chris Kane. Should be a lot of fun. But today we're just doing a little editing stream.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre.
Okay, so for the voice track, I'm going to do some EQing on the voice track here. I like using this software. It's called Isotope Nectar 3. It's a really good plugin. By the way, the editing software I'm using today is called Sony Vegas, which is not many people use it. Most people today, they use After Effects or you know, Premiere Pro or whatever, but I kind of like Sony Vegas. It's kind of a very simple, straightforward editing software, and that's kind of what I'm used to using. Hey guys. Oh, you're from Mexico. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us from Mexico. Hey, yeah, Chris, it's kind of a cool behind the scenes view here. And so, and this is going to be fun because I'll show you kind of what I do on the your voiceover here. I don't actually do too much to it. So I actually I don't even really use a compressor because I think that it doesn't really need a compressor. It's such a clean voiceover. I'd never really
Over
need
the
to use
years,
it.
people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings.
So usually what I do is I just add like a little de-esser.
Circle are pretty tough for most species to live in, but they also produce some amazing animals. One of them is the lion's-mane jellyfish, and they're one of the most striking creatures in any ocean.
There we
It is
go.
the largest known
Yeah,
jellyfish species.
just do a little bit of de-essing there. And then for the EQ, I just cut a little bit on the low end here.
Tectonic plates causes the ground to heat up, creating these springs. Even though the people outside the local area have now discovered the springs, this island hasn't been commercialized. It remains mostly untouched, allowing visitors to enjoy this peaceful environment.
Yeah,
Visiting Monarch Island takes a
not very good at EQing, but I usually just do a very basic EQ here. Just, maybe increase just the high end a little bit. Here it's a little bit too much, so I just cut a little bit here. What kind of, I'm interested to know, Chris, what kind of, do you do any EQing on your voiceover, or do you put a compressor on it or anything? I'd be interested to know what kind of effects you put on it.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world.
All right, that's probably good for the, I may do something more to that later, but right now that's good. I'm gonna reduce the sound. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of music integration. We're just gonna look to adding some cool music effects. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's very bright sound usually. Hey, Diane, thanks for joining us. Those of you who are just joining us today, we're just doing an editing live stream, just giving you a little behind the scenes look of how we edit the program here on the Top 5 show. So right now we're doing music integration. For music on the Top 5 show, we exclusively use Epidemic Sound, which is a really good music licensing kind of business, and it's kind of quite economical. They have good rates. They have really cool music too. So today's video is on the kind of the 15 mysterious discoveries in the Arctic Circle. So we kind of want to go with something, in terms of the music, we kind of want to go with something a little mysterious maybe. This is cool. Yeah, this is cool. When I hear this, it's kind of fits the theme of ice and the Arctic Circle mystery. So we're gonna use this track here. Thanks for joining us, guys. We have quite a few people in the chat now. I start with noise gate to get rid of some of the background noise, then a corrective EQ with some limiting so I don't go overboard with the loudness. I see. Makes sense. All right.
Over the years, people
All right, cool. And by the way, guys, so for me, I've been doing YouTube for a really long time, about 15 years. So if anybody in the chat, if you have any questions about YouTube, or if you have any questions about editing, or any feedback about the Top 5s channel, be sure to let us know in the chat. And I'm looking at the chat here, I'll be able to get back to you.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings.
Yeah, so with the music, I usually like to have it pretty soft. I don't like to have it too loud. That's one of the things when we started the channel back several years ago. The music used to be kind of too loud, and that's one of the most common comments we used to get is that the music, it's too loud, people used to say. So nowadays we have it pretty light.
Over the years, people...
But this is a really cool music track. It really fits the theme. Okay.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world. Join me in counting down 15 of the strangest discoveries in the Arctic Circle.
And so this hit right here, it's kind of good to have that hit on the transition. Like right there. So I'm gonna just extend this a little bit, I think.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences. Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world. Join me. I'll count you down 15 to the strangest discoveries in the Arctic Circle, starting with number 15, Unartok Island Hot Springs. Unartok Island is located off the coast of Greenland.
All right. Yeah, so just doing the music here.
Located off the coast of Greenland is home to an amazing...
This is, the SFX sounds are a little too loud, so I'm just going to turn that down. How's everyone doing today in the chat? Oh, hey, James Paxton. Thanks for saying that. Really happy you're here. Glad you enjoy our videos. That's awesome. Let me know in the chat how long you guys have been subscribed for. I'm kind of interested to know. All right, hopefully I don't crash here. No, we're good.
These geothermal springs are a surprising, comfortable temperature all year round. These springs have been a secret for centuries, and they were only known to the local community.
So I'm just going to turn the volume here down on the music.
Naturally, they were only known to the local communities. Now discover the springs, this island.
All right, so that's for the first. I generally like to switch up the music after each topic just to get something new. So I'm going to try to find a different track here. Yeah, Chris, I really like the footage that we used here. There's lots of on story blocks. We use story blocks to source a lot of our footage. And there's all sorts of cool footage of icebergs, and you know, you can just see here's so much footage that we can use. All right, so I'm gonna find a different music track for this, for the 14th topic. You know, I like this song, this piece of music right here, but it doesn't quite fit the theme. Maybe if it was a video about exploration or something like that, this track would work well. But we're gonna find something else. That's cool. I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, a lot of people always ask, you know, what the music is that we use. It's a very common comment we get, and we use, as I mentioned, we use all of our music from Epidemic Sound. They have some of, you know, the best music, licensable music. That so we've been using Epidemic Sound for a long time. All right, so right here, the video is transitioning from 14.
Number 14, the lines.
From 15 to 14, so we're just going to switch up the music here.
Escapes. Number 14, the lines.
There we go.
Escapes.
See, that's a really cool transition, right?
Man, pretty known to the local community, tourists usually travel from.
Okay, so let's see how that sounds. So this is what the transition looks like.
Glaciers and rugged coastal landscapes. Number 14, the lion's mane jellyfish.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool just to switch up the music here.
Number 14, the lion's mane jellyfish.
Yeah, I usually, for the new transition and for a new topic, I usually increase the volume a little bit on the music just for as it's being introduced, and then I take it down just so it doesn't get too overwhelming.
The Arctic Circle are pretty tough for most species to live in, but they also produce some amazing animals. One of them is the lion's mane jellyfish.
I'll try to make the video a little bigger.
One of the most striking creatures in any ocean. It is the largest known jellyfish species.
All right, let me check the chat here. Hey, DJ 3 Stripes. Yes, that is correct. DJ 3 Stripes. We are using Sony Vegas. We have quite a few editors that work on the program. I just do post-production. My other editors, they use Premiere Pro and After Effects, those types of things. But for post-production, we actually just use Sony Vegas, and it's not a typical platform that people like to use. It's certainly not as popular as Premiere Pro, but I like it just because I've been using this software for probably about 2 decades, you know, so it's just what I'm used to. And for post-production, I'm not doing anything too complicated, so it kind of fits my needs. If you're looking to do more complicated things, you probably want to go with Premiere Pro, but just for you know, just for post-production kind of thing. Sony Vegas, I love it. It's a great software, very very easy to use.
The most striking creatures in any ocean.
Noticing here the sound effects are just a little bit too loud here, so I'm just going to reduce the volume there.
Tentacles that can reach up to 120 feet or 37 meters. These tentacles are grouped into 8 clusters.
I'm going to reduce the sound here as well.
Giving the jellyfish its characteristic flowing hair-like appearance. Now this species is
Yeah, it's something I really pay attention to, is just to make sure the music isn't getting too loud, because people really hate that whenever it gets a little too loud. You don't want it to compete with the voiceover.
Mostly found in Arctic waters, but it can also live in the cooler parts of the North Atlantic and North Pacific. It often floats near the ocean surface where predators. This light show is especially stunning.
All right, that's cool. For this, I'm going to reduce the volume a bit of this. Yeah, so the music here, you can see I like to keep it about minus 37 decibels.
All year round.
Yeah, I just don't want it too loud. All right, so that's the music track that we used for the 14th topic, and now we're going to check out, going to try to find a new piece of music to use here. Thanks for joining us, guys. Once again, we're just doing a editing live stream, giving you a little bit of a behind the scenes view of the editing process here. And yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, so for the next piece of music, we want to kind of switch things up a little bit. I always try to switch things up after a few minutes, you know, just to keep it interesting. I like this. You know, this piece of music, again, it really fits the theme of ice and kind of mystery, kind of fantasy. I like it. So we're going to use this piece of music for the next track here, or for the next topic, I mean. All right. Okay, increase this. I'm going to start it here. I don't like that first part of the track. It's a little bit too slow, and we just want it to be a little quicker than that. So I'm going to start it here, I think. All right, and then we're going to increase it. Okay.
Number 13, Pink Willow Crater.
Okay. I always just really pay attention, make sure that the music is not competing too much with the voiceover. So this right here is the voiceover track. You can see there's a little bit of a break. It's a little bit of a break right here in the voiceover. So for this break, I'm going to increase the volume. But when Chris starts speaking again, I'm going to make sure it's the volume of the music is reduced, just so it doesn't compete.
Number 13, Pink Willow Crater.
Like this.
It is located in the Ungava Peninsula.
Cool beans. Oh yeah, you use Adobe Audition. Yeah, I have heard of that software being used a lot. Yeah. Hey, Ty GVE Anderson, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. All right, let's just watch this transition again. Quite like how this transition here.
At night, lighting up the dark ocean with a spooky glow. Number 13, Pink Willow Crater. Pink Willow Crater is located
Yeah, so you know, I really try to, you know, I don't like the music to be loud that often, but just for the transitions, I increase the volume a little bit.
In the Ungava Peninsula of northern Quebec, Canada. It is one of the best preserved meteorite impact craters in the world, providing a unique look into.
Let's reduce the volume here.
geological past, and the forces that have shaped its surface.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, Chris. So on the voiceover, do you um so you don't use any compressor with your setup? Like, do you have a pop filter that you use or anything? Because I noticed that like the voiceovers are always so clean. It's like I don't even need to use a compressor. I guess you just have a really good setup. Because if you have like a pop filter and all that sort of stuff and the isolation filter, you don't really need so much compression.
And then it's filled with water over time.
All right, let's see here. Once again, guys, my name is Joshua Baker. I'm the producer of the Top 5 show, which is doing a little bit of editing. In the chat, we have Chris Kane, who is the narrator of the show. So be sure to say hi to Chris there in the chat.
Landscape. This makes the crater a significant landmark that's been of interest to indigenous populations for centuries. The lake sediments contain a detailed record of climate.
I like this part of the music because it's not too overwhelming. It's just kind of a little bit ambient. Yeah, I actually studied film scoring for about a year when I was younger. Film scoring, that's making music for, film, TV, and video games. So it's like one of the biggest lessons I've learned through that is just to really find music that fits the theme of what you're doing. And, this kind of this music track here, it really fits the theme of the video we did today on, mysterious discoveries in the Arctic Circle. Just really fits that theme of mystery and, I guess adventure, a little bit adventure. This is a really cool track. What's the name of this? This is called Ocean Air. This track from Epidemic Sound. Great piece of music here.
Where the land rises, established in 2004.
Getting a little loud here. I'm going to reduce it.
To protect this unique geological site and its surrounding ecosystem. It's managed by the Inuit community.
I'm just going to reduce the volume. It's just getting a little bit too loud. But I really like this part of the music track, so I'm going to repeat this part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the pitch by 4 decibels just to switch it up a little bit, because I'd like to repeat this piece of music, but I want to give it a little bit of a different feel. So I'm just going to reduce the pitch a little bit, I think.
Life community, ensuring that conservation efforts are aligned with traditional knowledge and observation. Number 12, the HMS Terror.
There we go. So what I've done there, if you listen to this part of the track, I'll just increase. That's that part, and then this part. Right, so the pitch, I just reduced the pitch a little bit just to give it a little bit of a different feel. So I'd like to reuse this piece of music. It really fits this part of the video, but just want to switch it up a little bit.
In 1840, HMS. Well, the HMS Terror. The HMS Terror was a bomb vessel built for the British Royal Navy in 1813, and it became famous for its role in an expedition led by Sir John Franklin in 1845. This expedition aimed to...
All right, cool. So that's good for that piece of music. I'm going to find something else here. All right. Really like this composer, so I'm going to just see what else this composer has made. So just trying to find the next music track that we'd like to use here. That doesn't really fit. Okay, I guess we can use this one. This one could be good. It's kind of it's quite ambient, so shouldn't compete too much with the voiceover. So I often find that music that has a lot of high ends kind of competes too much with the voiceover. So This should be good.
Steam engine to help it sail through icy waters. Under the command of Captain Francis Crozier, HMS Terror, along with the Erebus, left England in 1846. Of 1846, and despite some efforts to break free,
All right, that's cool.
crew remained a mystery for nearly 200 years, sparking many search expeditions' final days. Number 11. Number 11. Number 11.
Some sort of sound going on. Oh, that's in the music.
Number 11. The Hakon Moresby Mud Volcano. The Hakon Moresby Mud Volcano.
All right, cool. All right, so that should work pretty well. After we finish the music, we're just gonna do the intro real quick. Got quite a bit of music still left to do.
Geological feature on the seabed of the Barents Sea, southwest of Bear Island. Sea environments, discovered in the early 1990s.
Let's work through this quick here.
In turn, supported networks, concentration is highest. The environment is dominated by microbial mats made of sulfur bacteria that oxidize hydrogen.
All right, I like this part of the music track, so I'm gonna repeat this and reduce the pitch again to switch it up.
Survive in such extreme environments. Number 10.
Oh, wait a sec, that's wrong.
Dominated by
Go.
Survive in such extreme.
All right.
Number 10.
Just gonna fade this track out.
Such extreme environments.
That's a cool transition. There we go. So this is how this sounds here.
Survive in such extreme environments. Number 10. The Yukagir Mammoth.
There we go. I like that transition there with the music. But once again, I only really, increase the sound of the music, increase the volume of it during the transition when there's a little bit of a pause in the voiceover. It's basically the only time where you really hear the music in the videos.
This is one of the most important paleontology discoveries from the Arctic.
All right, that's good. We're gonna find another piece of music real quick. Oh, hey there, Crazy Kashun. Hope you're doing well. I remember you joined us in the last live stream as well. Thanks for joining us again. All right, so we're gonna find another piece of music here. We want to try to find something that fits the theme of the video we're working on, which is kind of Arctic, cold, mystery, these types of themes. I like this. I like this piece of music. It's kind of like gothic. I think it fits the theme of mystery. I like it. I should have used, because the video today we've already posted. I should have used this track for it. Okay, but that's really cool. The only concern I have is with the vocal. There are vocals in this music track, so I'm just concerned it may compete with the voiceover, so I'll just keep an eye on that.
The Yukagir people who lived in the region. The mammoth is an adult male believed to be around 47 years old. Its tusks, which are about 5 feet or about 1.5 meters long, are among the best preserved ever found. These tusks provide important information about the mammoth's growth and health. Analysis of the tusks show that the mammoth tissues provide high-quality DNA samples.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, Epidemic Sound, guys. If you're looking for music for your videos, I highly recommend you check out Epidemic Sound. They have some of the best pieces of music that you can license, and it's really economical as well.
Number 9, the Aurora Vent Field. The Aurora Vent Field.
Like this piece of music is perfect for this. topic. I mean, this is a topic about the Aora vent field, and this piece of music is like an Aora. It's perfect. Like
Number 9. The
really like
Aurora
this.
Vent Field. The Aurora Vent Field, located in the Arctic Ocean.
So that works really well.
Arctic Ocean is one of the least explored deep-sea hydrothermal vent systems.
Hope it's cool getting the behind the scenes view, guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the top 5 show, if you have any questions about our editing process, or any questions or feedback, anything at all. Let us know.
Situated on the Gecko, operated vehicles and autonomous underwater vehicles have allowed scientists to map the seafloor, collect.
I'm just going to repeat this track here.
Named after the Aurora Borealis, or a species of fish and crustaceans. Each species has adapted conditions.
Repeat that. All right, cool. We're about halfway finished. I'm going to get through the rest of the music pretty quick, and then we're going to move on to some editing of the intro. Hey, conspiracy music, how you doing? Conspiracy music in the chat. Yeah, same for me, Chris. I mean, back about 10 years ago, I used to use audio blocks as well. And but yeah, Epidemic Sound, I just feel like it's way better. All right, let's see. This piece of music here is a little bit different than what we have so far, so I'm gonna pick this one for the next track just to kind of switch things up a little bit. People may be getting, at this point in the video, maybe getting a little bit fatigued of the more ambient type music, so we're gonna switch to something a little bit more upbeat here.
Number 8. The Arctic Henge. The Arctic Henge is a modern stone monument located near the small village of Roughhoff in northern Iceland, close to the Arctic Circle. Inspired by ancient mythology and astronomical alignments, the concept of Arctic Henge comes from Icelandic folklore and
That's cool.
in the 1990s by a group of enthusiasts and was designed to honor Iceland. It is one of Iceland's northernmost villages, situated on a peninsula. The area is known.
Just gonna extend this because the music track doesn't quite reach the end of the topic, so I'm just gonna copy the end of it.
Landscapes and the proximity to the Arctic, the twilight sky. Moving on to number 7, the Greenland shark.
That's a little too conclusive, so I'm gonna switch that up. I kind of like this track. This is a little bit more, I guess you could say it's quite dark. It's certainly mysterious. So I think I might want to use this one. Just I think it kind of fits the theme quite well. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday. Just doing a little editing live stream today, just giving you a behind the scenes view of the editing process here on the Top 5 show.
Moving on to number 7, the Greenland shark.
All right, let's do this.
Light sky. Moving on to number 7, the Greenland shark.
All right, that's cool. So this is how the transition looks.
Highlighting a monument against the twilight sky. Moving on to number 7, the Greenland shark.
Yeah, I like that. That works pretty well.
North Atlantic and Arctic oceans, well adapted to the Arctic cold. This adaptation also makes their flesh toxic.
All right, go.
C. Number 6, Pleistocene Park. So Pleistocene Park is an ecological project in the sense these creatures did help maintain.
I'm gonna repeat this whole track here.
Urban tundra into grassland will
I mean, the music right here, the volume is very low, so usually I don't like to repeat music tracks, but I mean, if it's just very light in the background, it's not really a big deal.
Number 5, Nanosaurus. Dinosaurs roamed.
That's cool.
Dinosaurs roamed the planet millions of years ago, but we used its behavior and its adaptations to a polar temperate and tropical regions and show.
All right, we're almost finished the music here. So it does take quite a bit of time doing this. And this is just post-production. Hey there, Allison Tate. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you find it really cool to watch the process. Yeah, but this is just, it's really just one process here. It's just the post-production process. So this is the process we go through when basically everything's finished and we just need to add some music. We need to do just a little bit of EQ. It's really, this is kind of just the final touches that we put on the videos before we upload them. Once again, guys, if you're just joining us, I'm the producer of the show, Joshua Baker. In the chat, we also are joined by Chris Kane, who narrates the videos. Thanks again for joining us, Chris. All right, so we're trying to find a piece of music just for the conclusion, basically the conclusion of the video. I like this piece of music here, but it's just a little too much. So I'm gonna find something. That's just a little too much. I like this. This works. So we're gonna use this one here. All right. All right, cool. Just loading in here. Okay, so we're gonna do this.
To these extreme environments.
I'm gonna just fade out this track. And then we're not even gonna fade this one in.
Environments. Number 4, Nazi outpost. During World War II, the Nazis dedicated. Number 4, Nazi outpost. During World War II, Nazis dedicated significant resources to secret research.
All right.
There had to endure long periods of isolation and harsh weather.
Okay, so there we go. And then, for the other topics, I guess I'm just going to repeat these tracks that we used at the start because we can just use them again here. There we go. All right, after this, we're going to just do some...
No.
We're going to do some story blocks for the intro.
Ways to deliver supplies during World War II. For decades.
Okay, we're almost finished the music integration.
Venture. Number 2, Pithovirus Siberia from the University of Marseille.
Just going to work through this quick.
Discovery of the Pithovirus is about what else might be hidden beneath the ice. Number 1, Narwhals. Females are generally smaller and don't have the long tusks that makes males so well known.
Okay, there we go. Do some bottom there.
Narwhals are known to die.
All right, cool. So that's the music finished there. And now we're just going to work on the intro.
Migration when mating ritual. When mating
I'm going to reduce the volume a little bit.
The unicorn of the sea from our planet.
All right, cool. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to work on the intro of the video here. And we're going to find some really cool footage to use.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world. Join me. I'm counting down 15 of the strangest discoveries in the Arctic Circle.
Just going to increase the volume of the voiceover
Over
there.
the years, people have discovered.
All right, cool. So my video editor made this intro, but I'm just going to make something else here, I think. All right, so for a lot of the footage on the Top 5 show, we source a lot of the footage from Storyblocks, which is kind of a big licensing distributor that we use. And for the video today, it's really perfect because they have so many different pieces of videos of icebergs, the Arctic Circle, everything that will work well for today's video. So you can see a lot of the. This is kind of a cool piece of footage here. Okay, I guess we can use this. Guess we can use this video. Oh, somebody sent me a gift. Cool. All right. This piece of footage should work well. We're just working a little bit on the intro. And that's the thing about YouTube. It's like the intro, it's so important on YouTube to hook the viewer in as quickly as possible. So I really spend a lot of attention on the intros. I do the intros myself just to make sure it's really solid.
Over the years, people have discovered strange. Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences.
So, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, now we're just trying to find some cool pieces of footage. I like this piece of footage. We could use this. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, and the great thing about Storyblocks, in case you guys are, doing YouTube videos or looking for footage for your videos, Storyblocks, it's really amazing because they have such a huge database of footage. Like this, the search term I used here is iceberg, and there's almost 2,000 results, almost 2,000 pieces of video to select from, which is really, really awesome. I like this piece of footage too. I'm going to use this as well. Let me know in the comments how long you guys have been subscribed for. Just interested to know. And thanks once again for joining us for today's editing live stream behind the scenes view of the post-production process here on the Top 5 show. All right. Oh, I just deleted it accidentally.
And bizarre happenings throughout this icy world.
So that's cool. This piece of video, it's a little bit too dark, so I'm just going to increase the brightness a little bit. Use the contrast too.
Have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world.
I often, for the intro, I like to switch the video frame on certain keywords. So like right here in the voiceover, right when Chris says world, that's when I want to have a new piece of footage.
Throughout this icy world.
So right on that word world, I want to switch it out to this piece of footage. Because this piece of footage really reminds me of, really seeing the world out of scope kind of thing. It's kind of a good piece of footage to use for that word. So this should work pretty well. There we go.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world. Join me.
Okay, that works really well. Although I just have to.
World.
There we go. Just time it well.
World. Join me. I'm counting down 15 of the strangest discoveries in the Arctic Circle, starting with number 15.
Okay, we need one more piece of footage to use. Let's see here. We already have a piece of footage like this. Let's see here. Ooh, this is interesting. This is just kind of intriguing, right? So I'm going to use this piece of footage. Should be good. Go. Just going to import this real quick. Should work out pretty well.
15 of the strangest discoveries.
That works well. Just have to increase the brightness. It's a little too dark. Sometimes the footage on story blocks, they have it quite dark, so you just have to increase the brightness and the contrast a bit. All right, so this is what the intro looks like so far.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world. Join me, I'll count you down 15 of the strangest discoveries in the Arctic Circle, starting at number 15. Unartok Island Hot Springs.
So that works pretty well. I think that's a really good intro. Cool. Did a good job there. Yeah, so I mean, that's basically finished on the post-production side. Just want to do a few more sound effects. Need that in there just to thank our channel members. So I'm going to, with Epidemic Sound, you can find really cool sound effects too. So I'm just going to try to find a few just transition kind of sound effects, you know. That's cool. That works pretty well, I think. Okay. That's kind of cool. Might use that. Just want some ambient noise. Just trying to find some background music, sound effects for the intro. Let's see here. Yeah, we can't really. Just want kind of like outside ambience. This is more like city. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's what I wanted. Just like a nice little harbor. That's all I needed there. Modulated water. There we go. I don't really use that many sound effects, but just we like to, you know, sometimes put just a few natural sound effects and also transition SFX into the videos. Not many other people do it on YouTube, but we like to put in the extra time to do it.
Over the years.
Okay, so let's see here. That's looking really good. Okay, that works well. Now, I actually just want like a skybox. See if they have a skybox here. Or wind, just wind. That's perfect. Just for that, I mean, we have on that second piece of footage there, we have kind of a high up drone footage piece of video here. So I think for like, kind of like a natural sound to associate with the video, it would be good to have just kind of a like a wind sound effect just to show the aerial view of it. That's the thing with story blocks. It's very rare that footage on story blocks comes with any sound. So sometimes we just like to put in just a few pieces of natural sound effects. So that is perfect. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to just use a different section of it so it's a little different. And then okay. And then for this part, we just need an underwater sound effect here. That should be perfect. That should work out really well here. Righty. I think this is going to be perfect. Just loading it in here. Great. And take the solo off there. Increase that sound. All right, cool. So this is what it sounds like just with the sound effects. I'll increase the volume a little bit. You see, so that's all it is. And it's just kind of adds a little bit of depth into the videos. We have other sound effects going on later in the video as well. Just going to mute those sound effects there.
15.
So we have these sound effects going on too. We usually just have it, kind of very light in the background. And this is what the whole intro sounds like with everything put together.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences.
Oh, I forgot to turn this down. Whoops. Let's try again.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings throughout this icy world. Join me for counting down 15 of the strangest discoveries in the Arctic Circle, starting at number 15, Unartok Island.
So I think that's really good. That's a very kind of comprehensive intro. Only thing is this was way too loud. That's way too loud, so I'm going to reduce that by a large margin.
Over the years, people have discovered strange occurrences and bizarre happenings.
There we go. And that's basically it. So that's all it takes for the post-production of the Top 5s episodes. We do music integration, we do EQing, we do the intro, we do the outro. Let me just take another look at this.
Free from pollutants and sediments that usually make other lakes murky. The name Pingualuit comes from the Inuktitut word Pingualuk, which means where.
That sounds really great, and we're finished. So that's all it takes for the music integration there. Awesome. Hey Chris, Josh, do you prefer to use fast cuts and quick edits in the intro? I much prefer using kind of fast cuts for the intro. Just because, people usually like to just get a few different views, a few different previews of what the video is about. So I always find that for the intro, doing a few quick cuts is usually the best way to go. But then, you don't want it to be too quick. You don't want it to be too quick to the point where it's hard on the eyes. So for the intro, I have it like pretty quick, but then for the bulk of the video, we generally do longer cuts that are not so quick, just because we don't want it to be hard on the eyes for anybody. Yeah, so like for the intro, the cuts will be really quick, but not so quick. Like some channels have really fast cuts. But for the intro, they're pretty fast cuts, and then for the bulk of the video, it's usually a lot slower paced and kind of easier to watch. I really like this these kind of Google Earth views. It's kind of a good thing to put in perspective, things in perspective, and to show what we're talking about. People, it's interesting when you find that, these whiteout Google Earth views, it's one of the best performing pieces of footage to use in our videos. People really like this. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. I just wanted to do a little bit of an editing live stream just to show you, the post-production that we do on our typical videos. We're going to do another live stream next week on Thursday at 2 p.m. It's going to be a little bit of a different live stream. We're going to just do a little bit of a video game live stream with Chris Kane and myself. It should be a lot of fun. So be sure to join us next week on Thursday, and that is August 22nd, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to end it here. Just a quick little live stream today just to show you kind of the behind the scenes editing process that we do here on the Top 5 show. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Thanks again to Chris for joining us. Thanks Allison for joining us. Crazy Kajun, Conspiracy Music. Thank you Ty Gene Anderson, DJ Three Stripes. It's so interesting all the different names people have. Journey of the Unknown. I didn't see this comment. You said you've really been loving the channel. So glad I stumbled across this page years ago. That's so nice. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for tuning in. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you again for joining us, everybody. Thank you, Chris, for joining us again. And be sure to stay tuned next Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to do another community live stream. Thanks for joining us.